The rat is a fictional character in the Stronghold universe and one of the big four from the original game, alongside the pig, the snake and the evil wolf. He's essentially an illegitimate child of a very rich family. He becomes duke after the said family is killed at sea, and he's informed of his lineage. He sort of takes charge of this impoverished kingdom. The rat gets his name from his jittery nature and his slightly rat-like looks. He has a close relationship with rodents, which doesn't help, makes him quite difficult to look at and slightly flea-ridden. But he's a very shy person. He's quite easy to fool, so he's not the hardest opponent in the game. You know, he builds fairly weak castles with unproductive economies. He also has a fairly poor choice in unit types, choosing to throw, cheap and ineffective troops at you rather than biding his time and building up strength for a powerful attack. With a simple economy largely centred around wood production, the rat does just enough to keep and maintain a small attacking and defensive force. He likes to keep his population and food consumption low, trading for weapons only really when needed. Archers and spearmen are used in small numbers to attack the player, but the rat will rarely mount a full attack with massive amounts of siege equipment. He has a tendency to attack early on, which can be annoying, but you can usually handle him. His lack of siege equipment or any sort of unit variety mean he's not that much of a threat, and even if you give him time to prepare, he'll simply create greater numbers of spearmen and archers without posing any real threat. The rat's castle buildings are often left out in the open, and as such they're quite easy to pick out one by one. He prefers to station archers on castle walls instead of towers, making them less effective, and his walls are often laid out without much thought being given to defence or creating killing zones. As such, the rat is a good opponent to practice against before taking on the stronger and more aggressive AI opponents in the game. See, there isn't much involved in defending against the rat. If you line your walls and towers with enough archers, that may just do the job for you. He relies on such a limited number of units. It's fairly easy to predict how he will attack. It's good for training you to build a good set of defences and to build these early on, but apart from that, if you're well equipped, you'll repel any siege from the rat. Due to his relatively low number of troops, the rat is most susceptible to attack from assassins. These units can camouflage themselves, allowing him to bypass the rat's limited defences completely and move in on the keep undetected, killing the rat before he knows what's hit him. Alternatively, you can use a classic siege tactic and move range units closer and closer to his castle, picking off what limited defences he has, as long as you have greater numbers. An alternative strategy is to draw his troops out of the keep and out of the castle, killing his army and rendering him completely defenceless, allowing you to come in and bulldoze his castle into oblivion.